What's going on, guys? Venatix here. We got a tier list for the missions, all the different types of objectives. There's about 12. I think there's 13, but it's like a hidden one. I think they call it the down but not out, where you have to like revive your teammate. But regardless, we wanted to go over and do some of the ranking tier lists because it's obvious. You guys let me know in the comments that you hate some of the objectives, more specifically the serial scan and sabotage. So I thought we'd put together a fun tier list just to have a good time overall. Don't take it too serious. But first off on the list, we got Decontamination, and with me on a call right now, I got two of my friends who have been playing Rainbow Six Extraction with me since pretty much launch day. And what do you guys think about Decontamination? We're basically ranking this off of fun and probably able to stealth, things like that.
Let's see, that's that green one, that first one, right?
Yeah, first one's a Decontamination. Basically, you have to go find the aberrant nests, and you have to destroy them all. As soon as you destroy the first one, the rest of them will just start pumping them out until you kill them all.
So I'm kind of split on that one. It's kind of hard in a way. Like it's pretty hard to actually be able to accomplish it stealthily. But at the same time, I feel like it's actually one of the funner ones.
True, and I do feel like there's quite a few operators that can take advantage of that. Like Hibana, you can place a bunch of the charges from her launcher on a couple of them at a time, or Nomad, things like that to prep yourself. Like you said, it requires a lot of communication. So I do think it is a fun objective. I also don't think it's fairly difficult per se, unless again if the communication is lacking. We'll throw it into the B for now, and let's see what we can get above that. So next one we have is, I can't even read. I think it's the shutdown. You got to bring the
That's
like
the
stuff from the
neuro,
helicopter, yep, and drop it off
yeah,
into the ejectors.
where they keep the neutrino or something it's called, where
Yeah,
they keep
nutrient node.
regrowing. Nutrient node, that's right. They keep regrowing. I hate that one, honestly. I hate that one so much.
I don't necessarily have a problem with it. I mean, you can fully stealth the entire mission and then just carry the little
Yeah,
injectors over and turn it
Just
in and done.
personally for me, that's kind of what makes some of these modes fun. Is it's like you go in, you got to be stealthy, you've got to have good communication, and if you mess up, it's gonna punish you. And I feel like this one will punish you if you're not being stealthy. And I like that playstyle personally. So I really enjoy this mode.
So we
well,
got
that's
it.
a good counter opinion.
Yeah, I could see. I'm kind of right there with you. I feel like whenever I get that one, I know I'm gonna go as stealth as possible because, like you said, if you don't, the nest it's just nonstop nest city. I have fun with it if I
You
do
say
it
that,
right, but as
but
soon as you do it bad, then it's just no longer a fun game mode anymore. So maybe we put
agreed.
that in the C. All right, so next one we got the M.I.A rescue, where you're going in and rescuing your operator that was down from before. I feel like this one's very simple, whether you're solo, duo, or trio. I think it's the easiest one, or one of the easiest ones to pull off, because the area where your operator is at literally has almost little to none enemies around you, and no enemies come once you start. It's purely just killing those tethers. So overall, easy factor, I think it's extremely easy, but is it fun to do? What do you guys think?
Yeah. I
It's
I'm
pretty
actually
average.
more in love with the concept of this. If you mess up and you go down, like you're punished throughout multiple games, if that makes sense. I died in a game, I'm now M.I.A, and I have to go and like fix my mistake. The game mode itself, I think, is pretty easy, especially if you have like a good team. Even solo, I did one solo the other day, and it's like you just stop and you just shoot them and then you go back in. It's really not that complicated. So I would, yeah, B or C. I'd agree with that.
We'll put it in B because it's easy, but
It's
easy to,
important.
yeah. I almost wish they would force you to go back and play on that difficulty of where you lost them.
Or maybe make it
One less.
like if I rescue him on easy, then he gets rescued, he's at 0 HP, and he has to heal up. If I rescue him on harder difficulty, then he comes back at full HP.
Yeah, I like that.
Something
Okay,
like that.
yeah,
Yeah, that's a cool concept.
I like that concept. The next one is Biopsy, the one where you have to kill a special target, or multiple targets, but it has to be with your blade, the React blade. AK, you got to assassinate them for it to count. I think that one's obviously awesome and fun because it's full stealth for the most part, because you can't shoot them, so you have to stealth them. So usually you're using a stun grenade, smoke, or paralysis to get in there, or crouch behind them and get them. So I'm already just going to throw that up into the A, and then you guys can debate if that's a good spot or if it should go higher or lower.
Honestly, I would put this one higher. I think this one is all about what special ops is. You go in as quiet as possible, you take out your target, you get out of there.
It's a good argument. I mean, I would say S or A. It's definitely fun. I like playing Vigil, and this is like made for Vigil. Is kind
True.
of what I feel. So it's definitely a fun one.
So we have Specimen. Now this one, personally, not the biggest fan of. I think it's kind of weird that we have to lure the target back to the extraction zone and then just press a button. There's nothing to it. Just find them and then just run back. I don't know. It just not fun, really.
I mean, compared to what, find them and assassinate them.
I mean, I guess regardless of, I guess if we ignore the finding part, because the finding part is kind of fun. You're doing the recon stuff, right? But it's just you find them, then it says, "Okay, I'm going to shoot at your feet, and then I'm just going to watch you follow me." You know, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not sure. What do you? I mean, what do you think?
I think it's fun, but I don't know. I think it's fun, but it's definitely not the best, and it's not bad. Like I'm happy enough with it. I'd put that at least B or A. It's okay.
Oh, B or A. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, like, it's fun enough. It's not
I'll
frustrating at all.
argue with B because I feel like it almost belongs in C on the fun factor. But difficulty-wise, like you said, it does force you to go loud. But if you kind of clear the area around it, the loudness does absolutely nothing. It's just a matter of having them walk back.
Why do
Oh.
we have the nest one at B? I'd give that like an 8 tier, dude.
Yeah,
You got
no,
the right-
we did actually kind of, we were in between, and I am kind of leaning towards comparing to this. I'd rather do decontamination than these two, that's for sure. So I'm gonna bump
Yeah.
that up. I love how he just, hey guys, new guy just joined in. Now we got 4 of us discussing this. We just finished Specimen just now. We're gonna talk about triangulation. I like triangulation because it's forcing us to go over the entire map versus other ones you can just pinpoint to the objective and get out. This one's like, I have to explore the map, I have to clear the areas, and then I gotta press the buttons in order. So communication, taking over the whole map, and then obviously you can go loud or quiet.
It's kind of like the nutrient. Sorry, that green one on our A tier. I feel like it's hard, but it's very satisfying where everyone can coordinate properly. It gives that opportunity for you to coordinate and complete the objective very quickly if you set up properly. A lot of reward on the setup. So I mean, I would put that basically same tier, A tier.
I get behind that. Okay, next we got Hunt, where you gotta hunt down elite targets. I like it until you have to fight the apexes.
Yeah, I'd put that as C.
That's a freaking real pain, dude. The
Yeah.
hunting
Depends
aspect
on
is
what you're
great.
fighting, yeah, and the difficulty at which you're doing it. But
Yeah, like some targets, it's like piece of cake, or it's fun. But then, like, man, the apex, like that one time we had 3 apex elites to kill, and then 2 of them just decided to kill us, or not even kill us. They didn't kill us, but they showed up at the same time. And then the third came in while we were just finished, and they wrapped us up. Like, boy, that was
Well,
frustrating.
Yeah, well, it's when they make the targets the apexes that you can't stealth, like practically impossible to stealth. And then the elite's bloody tanky as well. And if it's another apex, again, you can't one-shot the kid. And he's got extra health, so it becomes quite a fight. I mean, I think becomes a similar fight to like the protein.
Pretty
I
sure
mean,
that's
I
the
would put that
combo?
down to D because that's definitely one of the harder ones if it's on hard difficulty. I mean, it's definitely a lot of work to be able to do this, and there's
So-
no way you can do it silently.
So you could argue on lower difficulties, it's fun, bring it up to a B and A. But as soon as you get into the apex, stuff it's like you can't assassinate right away, or or you
Yeah.
just end up fighting
I
something
think
that
we should
kills
talk
you.
about harder difficulties. Everything's easy on the easy difficulties. It's the hard difficulties where they come out and actually shine.
Yeah, but I mean, surprisingly enough, I do get a lot of comments where people haven't even touched critical yet or are failing on cautious difficulties still. So I guess we're trying to do a range here.
All of you
Of
guys,
all
please
difficulties.
unsubscribe to this YouTube
Nope.
channel.
Don't listen to them.
This is
All
only
right,
for
so the next one is nest tracking. This one deserves like S+ tier. I think it's a guarantee victory objective. It's easy to do, and it's very
Yeah,
similar to
like,
decontamination, kind of.
walk like 20 feet and finish that objective. It's so easy.
yeah, they usually put them all so close. Just have somebody whip out that scanner, little RC car, and boom, you got your 5.
You kill like
Or-
3 people, and
yeah.
then you've like got your nodes right there.
Next one is also an S tier. I mean, he's like literally 50 feet
The
or
rest-
less from the door, and sometimes the only
Well,
people there are.
I
Or-
think
two guys.
I think we got to put them in B tier. So we're kind of ranking this more off of fun, more
Oh,
off
yeah,
of
yeah.
fun and less off of easiest. Now I know we put that by easiest, but it's also kind of fun because it's just like brain dead. Like you said, you walk in and you're gonna find the nest within seconds. Like it's nothing. So we threw it up at the top. I mean, we could argue and put it in A, really, if we want to do that. That's totally fine with me. Rescue sounds like it's going to be the same as the M.I.A. rescue, except for you don't have to do the freaking tethered
Yes.
tree crap. You just grab them and walk
Kinda
out.
The whole
boring.
time when you walk them around, though.
Yeah, it's kind of boring.
It is kind of boring. Okay, so then we got serial scan. Now, this is one of the hatest ones in my comments because you're just forced to fight in a game that's so tactical.
S tier.
And I don't think it belongs in S
Make
tier.
you use all the tactics the game has to offer. Boarding up the walls, boarding up the breakable walls,
Just
putting
fair.
down some of your claymores or something.
Yeah.
If you have something, put down your Jaeger drones, if you want to call them drones. You have to like
They're turrets.
play
Or the turret.
Yeah.
The guy who puts his turret down.
Tajanka.
The thing is, you got
Tajanka.
about half the people and half the gear that is useless unless you're gonna do these objectives. So it is completely necessary. I mean, I would say let's talk about that one and the other one together because they're practically the same thing.
The sabotage as well, yeah.
Yeah, they're
Defend
the
I
same.
think in the
They're
end you
practically
probably
the
put
same
them
thing.
C, but like they're good for a team that communicates, and you have great operators or fully leveled up guys or pretty high level. If you
Or
got,
how about
it's a
this?
great mission. It's a great mission that showcases everything the game has. But if you don't have the right operators, or you've already used some of your gear, maybe this is the third one of the 3, or maybe you're in Maelstrom and it's like number 6 and you're out of stuff, it's going to be a pain in the butt and it's not going to be fun. You're going to be
I
sitting there
would
shooting
say
things forever
let's
and
put them
getting.
on B and C, but let's argue about which one's on B, which one's on C. Is the more interesting argument.
B for serial, C for sabotage. I
I
don't
put
really
I
like
put
it.
sabotage C 100% because literally, dude, a smasher can just run in and 2-tap your thing.
Yeah, at the hardest difficulty.
Okay, last one on the list then is the protein, the gateway singularity.
It's an F.
I kind of
It's a
believe
bullet,
it's an
a
F.
bullet sponge. It's a bullet sponge, and it can only be 3 different people. It'd be cool if it was any operator could be a protein, and they actually did more than just run straight at you and shoot.
They won't
Or
even
if
half
it's
the time they
alibi,
don't even
we
shoot
TP
though.
everywhere, and then we run right at you and shoot.
He barely shoots. Most of the time he just runs at you and then he gets 10
Exactly,
feet from you and then he's like, oh, time to shoot.
It's
Yeah,
true. Well, have you
exactly.
ever played against Sledge before? The Sledge protein.
Sledge runs at you with his
He-
hammer. He's got some actual
He
abilities.
body slams. He hits you with like electrical wave type of thing.
So-
like
I mean, we could argue that maybe it's not F tier because it's so different from the other ones. It's actually like it's fun.
But
It's
not
a bullet
fun.
sponge. It's fun, but it's not because it's like, man, he's bullet spongy, but it's kind of a new, exciting experience if you've never done it before. So in that respect, it is kind of a fun experience if it's like the first or second time you've done it. After that, it starts to get old, though.
All right, well, we're going to wrap that up here. We've been going for 21 minutes, a lot longer than I thought we'd go, but I think we had a good conversation overall. Not necessarily, or no, yeah, I think I'm good there. So, yeah. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.